Good evening, and welcome along to Rob and Elliott tonight. What a lineup we have for you tonight, and as always, thank you for watching. My first guest on the show tonight is somebody who I've had on the wish list actually for the past 21 years, and I don't know why we've never had him on, but he's one of Northern Ireland's top comedians. It is the one and only Paddy McDonnell. How are you, sir?
Really good, Rob. Good to see you too.
At the top of the show, right, we always play a clip of the guests, and we had the team searching through the internet to find a clip that we could play. We couldn't find one without the F word in it.
It's quite difficult. I'm saying. Yeah.
So 21 years it's taken to get you on that sofa.
21 years, there you go. But it's better now, isn't it? You know,
exactly.
When I actually am in him for the right reasons.
You reminded me there the first time that we met would have been 2006.
Yeah, or something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago. I was trying to remember the Big Brother nights.
Wow. But you auditioned to be on Big Brother.
Yep. So, and didn't happen. Didn't get on it, but very close.
Yeah.
But didn't happen. Yeah.
And what kind of a housemate would you have been then?
I don't know. I really don't know, because before, when I done that audition, it hadn't really been on, so I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
And then I had just come back from America, and I just binged it, like just watched the whole thing. And I went, I don't know what way I would have been. You know, in my head, you have an idea what way you would have been, but that being trapped and stuff in the house and different people, it mightn't have worked out well, you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, I hadn't much to go off, so I'm glad I maybe didn't do it.
Who would you hate to be stuck in the house with? What about somebody from the world of Northern Irish comedy then?
My kids, just being... I'm just glad to get out of the house every morning and drop Emma's to school. Northern Ireland comedians?
Yes.
Who
which
would have not
Northern Ireland comedian would you not want to be in the house with?
Aaron Butler.
Why?
Because Aaron doesn't... we were at a wedding for another comedian one time, and I couldn't get a room in the hotel, and I booked an Airbnb right beside the hotel. This was in Donegal. And when I went round to get the keys off the guy at like 1 o'clock, I was on my own, and it was like a 3-bedroom flat above shops. And he was like, where's everybody else? And I went, no, it's just me. Yeah. And he was like, a 3-bedroom? And I was like, look, it was the closest one to the hotel. What are you doing in the hotel? I'm at a wedding. Oh, well, I'm not giving you the keys. And I went, why? And he went, because you're going to party in here. That's what you're going to do. And I was like, no, seriously, there was no rooms, and that was only... I was like, no, you're not getting the keys. And I couldn't get anywhere else. And I went to Aaron, because he was the only single fella. And I was like, can I stay in your room? He was like, no. He says, no. So I know he would be a nightmare, because he just likes his own space and being in a room, you know. So that's why I'll say him out of everybody else.
So you kind of came into comedy a bit later than other people. It was never your goal, was it, to become a comedian?
No, not my goal at all. And basically just went through a wee bit of a trauma thing. Something happened to me working as a doorman, went into a bit of depression, and my wife just done it to take my mind off it, and I loved it. It was unbelievable when I done it the first time. I was just like, oh my God, it was just addicted straight away. Yeah. You know, it was like, why have I not done this before?
But even in school and stuff, were you funny back then?
I think I was. I'd say I was. When we were at school, I would have got up like assemblies and stuff. Before the teachers came in, I had to get up and jumped and imitated the teachers and the headmaster, who was a Christian brother, and everyone would have been laughing. Yeah. And it got to the stage where, like, when we were 5th year and they were doing like careers day, and they brought people in from FG Wilson's and these other companies, they actually gave me the microphone. Yeah. I can't believe they done it. And I got up and done. So that was probably my first sort of stand-up gig when I think back. So in school, I thought it was funny. Yeah. You know, that way. The teachers, maybe not so much so. But I thought it was.
You also worked on building sites. You were a taxi driver as well. Now, both those jobs must have provided so much content for you.
I miss them. I miss them. If I could go and do 1 day a week, I would do it just to keep getting the stories. You know, I do miss the crack. You know, the building sites. I worked with a guy, Frankie, for the last sort of 7-8 years. I worked on building sites, and the fun. Like, don't get me wrong, I had hard times too and fell out and stuff. But the things that happen, like I say to people on building sites, it's just school for older people. You know, it's just a continuation. We're all messers and jokers, like it's just crack like all day. You know, so I do miss it a wee bit. Yeah. Wee bit, not much. 1 day a week maybe.
And then taxi driving as well. You must be like a priest taking confession sometimes.
You have no idea. Taxi drivers should go through like doing psychology or something, because the things that people divulge to taxi drivers is insane. And I think it's
like what? Well, what's the craziest thing?
The craziest thing, you're talking about my clip, I couldn't tell you the craziest things that people say in my taxi. The modest one was a wee man, he was in his 90s, and he said to me, he missed the troubles. And I'm looking at him going, you're like 90 years of age, so you've been through all the troubles, like you've been through the thick of it. And I was like, why? And he was like, nobody sells the old pirate DVDs around the doors anymore since the ceasefire. And I was just like, his whole life is just, I'd take the troubles back just so that I could watch a fake DVD, you know. And I remember sitting in the car just going, I couldn't believe he said that, you know. But yeah, crazy. And I love taxiing in Belfast because most people are good crack in Belfast.
Yes, yeah.
Do you know, people have a good sense of humour, and you can get a bit of crack when you're in the taxi. So driving along was good, and I really enjoyed it.
What about the Northern Ireland comedy scene today? Because even about 10 years ago, the likes of the SSE Arena was reserved for big bands and rock stars and stuff like that. And now you guys are coming along and filling arenas as well. And you guys have now become the comedy version of rock stars. Yeah,
I think comedy did become rock and roll around the time of maybe COVID, which was a big thing for me. You know, it was bad for everybody else, but it's sort of, people were sitting in their houses watching a lot of videos and seeing a lot of stuff, and we done podcast clips and things that hadn't maybe even done that well, and people were just sitting watching it. And we came out of COVID and people were like, we need to go and see these people live, and they seemed to have got behind us. And as you say, it was like, you put a comedian on, people are coming in their thousands now to see them. They want that laugh, they want that, you know, to take them out of everything that they're thinking, you know? And that's what comedy's about. You should be able to go to a comedy club and listen to a comedian and just let yourself go. And we're meant to be able to say things that you're maybe thinking, but you wouldn't say out loud.
Yes. Is there any times when like comedy will cross a line? Because I'm thinking about, you supported Frankie Boyle. And I mean, I've seen Frankie a couple of times as well. And that's somebody who does take it to the extremes, isn't it?
Yes. And I think you know what you're getting there.
Yeah.
So if you're going to see Frankie Boyle, you know, you are going to be, you know, if there's something that's sensitive that you don't talk about. Like there's things that I won't talk about, and that's my choice. Yeah. And my fans don't get that from me. But I think a comedian, everything's open for comedy. So if you're going to a comedy show, maybe a comedy club, there is certain things you maybe shouldn't joke about, I think. But, you know, who am I to stop another comedian from doing it?
Exactly. What about taking your show outside of Ireland? I mean, the Americans. I mean, you've done American tours, have you?
I'm only starting America next week. That's my first time.
Wow.
And last night I just got a phone call to say that New York sold out, and I'm like, I'm amazed, like that. Yeah. And I went to Australia last year for a full month, and everything sold out. Yeah. But it was everybody from here and Scotland and England. So yes, I think I'm just that wee taste of home.
You are, yes.
For a lot of people,
the expats will love it, and because of the storytelling tradition as well, it'll go down well within that kind of community. So after you finish in America, then what's next? You're doing a big Christmas thing, aren't you, this year?
I've started last year doing a play because my kids do drama with Brasnack Theatre. A friend of mine, Tony Devlin, and I've always wanted to write a play. I was like, well, write the play. I've been in a couple for him, and I wrote a one-man play, and I performed it last year, and everybody loved it. Yeah. Because some people did come expecting a comedy play, yes, and although it's a comedy, there was a lot of seriousness in it too. And he was like, we'll do it again next year. So with a new one written for this year, I'm doing it again. So come back from America, do the SSC, then I'm away to Australia, then come back, start rehearsals, and then the whole of December I'm doing the play. So
where can we see the play then?
Up in the Rallies in the Glen Road. Brilliant. So we'll keep it local. Keep it local.
Great stuff.
It's funny because it's local.
Local as well. I mean, coming from the Falls Road, I mean, they're probably the toughest audience you could play to, aren't they?
Well, I used to worry about doing gigs in West Belfast. But then I started doing the Feeling Phobal, and I sort of realised, no, well, they're decent enough, you know. Yeah. I was more worried about my own people going, who's he think he is?
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
That way.
Yes, yeah.
But I think West Belfast, well, it's wrong to say just West Belfast, because I think like you have Anthony Boyle, who's the actor. Yeah. He's in everything now, and I think a lot of people are standing up and noticing what we have in this country, and they're going, wow, there's a lot of talented people in this place, you know, making the movies. I worked on the movie sets, wasn't in any of the movies, but worked on the sets and stuff, and we're really coming up in the world, and people starting to pay attention.
Brilliant. Well, Paddy, thank you for coming in.
No problem, Rob.
Can't believe it's taken 21 years
21
to get
years.
on that sofa. But
21 years, you're going, well, it'll be 21 years before we bring him back. I'm going to go out and do a clip, so do you have a clip? So next time
please do, so at least I can show something. Yes, exactly. Right, brilliant. Paddy McDonnell, thank you so much.
Thank you, Rob.
Now, since we're getting all nostalgic in this series, we're going to take you back 20 years now. And way back then, we featured a brand new company in Belfast that mixed pole dancing with exercise. It was called Polercise way back then. It's simply called Pole now. And we sent Titty Von Tramp along to have a go 20 years ago. And we thought, since they're celebrating their anniversary as well, we'd send Kim Kelly along to see what's happening and see if we could get Kim Kelly to do some pole dancing as well. This is going to be good. Here's what happened.
I have a confession to make. The last time that I danced round a pole was on the last bus home after my Christmas party. However, today I've decided I'm going to learn to pole dance. Why not? At the age of 51 years old, I think it's time. So I have Belfast's #1 pole dancing expert with me today. It's Elle from Polercise. Elle, you've got to. How did you get into pole dancing?
Yeah. Well, first of all, it's never too late to start, Kim. But I started when I was 23. I was travelling in Australia after my university degree and was reading a magazine article on my lunch break and was so intrigued. I decided to sign up there and then and absolutely fell in love with it. Knew I was going to take it back to Ireland because there was nowhere here where I could continue it. And yeah.
And is there a definite split between the Polercise and then the pole dancing that we see in movies and stuff? You know,
I wouldn't say there is.
The same dance.
There's so many genres to pole. You can see the sexy side of it.
Yeah.
You can spot, people bring all their different dance forms to pole. You can spot like a ballerina, you can spot the gymnast, you can spot the person who does tango. They all bring their little style to pole. Yeah,
and it's a definite dance because I know there's been a lot of talk about maybe having it in the Olympic Games.
Yes, I have.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's great. Anything that's going to like push it out there to a wider audience. I actually was one of the first IPFS judges, which was a federation that was set up about 15 years ago now. They've been trying to push it for the Olympics.
Yes.
So it is a huge sporting side of the pole, and then you have other competitions who focus more on the dance and the low flow side. So,
sure.
Yeah.
So the girls that come here to pole dance, how old are they?
They range from, gosh, we've had mothers and daughters right up until I think the eldest at the moment is in her 60s.
Love it.
We have
I love
very
whoever that
recently,
is.
she is a queen. She is absolutely amazing. We have very recently started a menopole course. And that
menopole,
is
ladies.
Menopole, yes, because I am there.
I love that.
So obviously I'm now in my 40s. When I first started this, I was in my 20s, as were some of my instructors. So we've trained in our 20s, 30s, 40s. We first started off, it was women only.
Right.
And then we soon found out that men wanted to try
so
pole
men come
too.
and do pole dancing?
Men pole too. I had 3 male instructors here at one point, yeah. And 2 of them have gone out and opened up their own place too. So
wow,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
so
absolutely.
Can you teach me how to pole?
Let's give it a go.
Let's go.
We can teach anybody how to pole. Walk around on our high heels, what I spoke about. Good. Where you go. Hoppa! Yeah! Nice! Now, do you want to try it in heels? No. Shall we step into our alter ego?
Right, my next guest has been touring all over the world with his Luke Kelly story. We're going to meet Chris Kavanagh in just a second, but here's a little clip of him live in action. So that's Chris Kavanagh with the Luke Kelly story, and I'm pleased to say the man himself joins us in the studio. How are you, sir?
Very well. How are you doing yourself,
I'm
Robin?
good to see you. So out of all the singers in the world then, why Luke Kelly?
I suppose the music I grew up with when I was about 3. My grandmother, she was from Roscommon, and she had me singing all the Dubliners songs, but especially Luke. I was singing Maids When You're Young, Never Wed an Old Man when I was about 3 or 4. I still have no idea what Falurum means, but it got into the blood anyway and stayed there, yeah.
So the Luke Kelly thing, I mean, he's worldwide. So I mean, it must be easy to travel around the world telling people about the story of Luke Kelly.
Absolutely, yeah. I suppose it was about 24 years ago I got in touch with Luke's sister. She lived in Finglas, same place as myself, as it turned out after a long, hard search.
Yeah.
But I asked for the family's blessing to go and do this, and they're absolutely lovely people, you know, and they've been to all the Dublin shows.
So it must have been great to get the family's blessing, but then to go and actually tour with the Dubliners, which you did, didn't you?
That's right. I thought it was a prank call back in 2011. I got a call from John Sheehan, and yeah, he said, "How would you feel about standing in with the Dubliners for 2 weeks in Germany?" You know, so it was like winning the musical lottery. I was delighted, and I got to know Barney very well. Of course, we lost him the following year. In April the following year, but and Eamon Campbell, we you know he's gone as well, but not forgotten. But great characters, you know, and I suppose John is still going strong, you know.
And what was the after show like? What was the parties like?
Yeah, they were slowing down at that stage.
Oh, were they? Yeah.
But the spirit was still very strong, you know, and she was sitting on a tour bus with Barney now. It was like being out in the ocean, you know, the stories he was telling.
Exactly,
he was more of a fisherman, I suppose, than anything else, you know. But yeah, great times and great memories.
Because I once did a night out in Edinburgh with Ronnie Drew. Now this is back probably late 1990 something, and people to this day always say to me, "Oh, it must have been great. What was it like?" Obviously, I can't remember a thing about it.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
You're not.
Yeah.
And of course, those guys were kind of paved the way for other Irish artists coming along to go into, probably like Shane MacGowan and the Pogues and people like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the huge influence, you know, generations. Even now, young musicians coming up. You know, even at our own concerts, you know, there might be a 12-year-old in the front row singing his head off or whatever. You know, it's lovely to see. You know, that's going to carry on, I think, for thousands of years to come. You know.
Exactly. Well, will you do a live one for us now?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Try something like a Raglan Road. Yeah.
Raglan Road. Okay. It's early now, so. On Raglan Road of an autumn day, I saw her first and knew that her dark hair would weave a snare that I might one day rue. I saw the danger and I passed along the enchanted way, and I said, let grief be a fallen leaf at the dawning of the day. On Grafton Street in November, we tripped lightly along the ledge of a deep ravine where can be seen a word of passion's pain. The Queen of Hearts still making tarts, and I not making hay. Oh, I love too much, and by such is happiness thrown away. I gave her gifts of the mind, I gave her a secret signs that's known to the artists who have known the true gods of sound and stone, and word and tint without stint. I gave her poems to say with her own name there, and her own dark hair, like clouds over fields of May. On a quiet street where all ghosts meet, I see her walking now, away from me so hurriedly. My reason must allow that I had loved not as I should, a creature made of clay, when the angels the clay he'd lose his wings at the dawn of day.
Wow, that's one of those timeless songs that is never going to be forgotten, is it?
No, and I believe it all happened by chance that Patrick Kavanagh met Luke in the Bailey pub in Dublin and asked him would he record that song, you know.
Yeah.
Fantastic, yeah. Historical, really.
Yeah, indeed. And I mean, there's so many songs in your show that are timeless, aren't they?
They are. They'll go on forever, without a doubt, yeah.
Yeah. Right, you got some dates coming up in the new year. You're back out on the road in January.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm really looking forward to the next tour, you know, and we have a fantastic promoter up here in Belfast, David Hull Promotions. Great character, and he's done a lot of great things for us. And one I'm really looking forward to, in fact, is here in Belfast. It'll be in the Grand Opera House on the 13th, I think, of February.
13th of February, yeah. And I mean, that's just such a magical stage to walk onto,
beautiful,
isn't it?
Yeah, but probably my favourite now of all venues I've played. It's just it's mesmerising to look out and you know, even to walk around before the show and look at the stage from the audience perspective. It's beautiful.
And the artwork, when you look up, you see something different in the sculptures every time.
Yeah,
don't you?
the amount of work that must have went into it. You know, it's amazing. Yeah, breathtaking.
It really is. So you're also going to be in the Canal Court Hotel in Newry on the 3rd of January. On the 10th of January, the Struhl Arts Centre in Omagh. And then, of course, the Grand Opera House on the 13th of February. But we look forward to seeing you back here in Belfast. You're going to do one more for us?
Sure, we'll do a bit of a song. Now, you can join in with me, Robin, if you feel like it.
I think I know the one you're going to do, and it is a song that everybody can join in with. So as we finish the show now, I want you all to join in at home with this one. You're going to know it. In the meantime, Chris Kavanagh and the Luke Kelly Show is out on tour. Thank you for watching. We'll see you back here same time next week. Chris, play us out with this one.
Thanks very much. In my memory, I will always see the town that I have loved so well, where school played ball by the gassy yard wall, and we laughed through the smoke and smell. Going home in the rain, running up the dark lane, past the jail and down behind the fountain. Those were happy days in so many ways, in the town I loved so well. In the early morning, the shirt factory horn called the women from Cregan, the moor and the bog, while the men dole, played a mother's role, fed the children, and then trained the dog. And when times got rough, there was just about enough, but they saw it through without complaining. For deep in the side was a burning pride in the town I loved so well. There was music there in the dairy air, like a language that we all could understand. I remember the day that I earned my first pay, when I played in a small pickup band. There I spent my youth, and to tell you the truth, I was sad to leave it all behind me. For I'd learned about life, and I'd found a wife in the town I loved so well. But when I returned, how my eyes have burned to see how a town could be brought to its knees by the armored cars and the bombed out bars and the gas that hangs on to every breeze. Now the army's installed but an old gas yard wall, and the damn barbed wire gets higher and higher. With their tanks and their guns, oh my God, what have they done to the town I love so well? Now the music's gone, but they carry on, for their spirit's been bruised, never broken. They will not forget, but their hearts are set on tomorrow and peace once again. For what's done is done, and what's won is won, and what's lost is lost and gone forever. I can only pray for a bright